Construction safety. Objective. By the end of this training, participants will be able to 1. Understand safety regulations and standards. 2. Recognize and mitigate workplace hazards. 3. Properly use personal protective equipment, PPE. 4. Handle equipment and machinery safely. 5. Respond effectively to emergencies. 6. Maintain clear communication and reporting. Definition of construction safety. Construction safety refers to the measures and protocols put in place to prevent accidents, injuries, and hazards on construction sites. It aims to protect workers, equipment, and the environment from potential risks. Introduction to construction safety. Construction safety is paramount for the well-being of workers, the success of projects, and the overall health of the construction industry. Here's a breakdown of its importance. 1. Protecting human life and preventing injuries. Minimizes fatalities. Construction is inherently dangerous, and safety protocols are essential to prevent fatal accidents. Reduces injuries. Slips, falls, electrocutions, and heavy machinery accidents are common. Proper safety measures significantly lower the risk of these injuries. Promotes worker well-being. A safe work environment reduces stress, improves morale, and enhances overall worker satisfaction. 2. Ensuring project success. Reduces delays. Accidents cause project disruptions, leading to costly delays and missed deadlines. Lowers costs. Injuries and fatalities result in financial losses due to medical expenses, legal fees, and lost productivity. Improves productivity. A safe work environment fosters efficiency and productivity as workers feel secure and focused. 3. Maintaining legal compliance and avoiding penalties. Meets regulatory standards. Construction projects must comply with safety regulations set by governing bodies. Avoids fines and lawsuits. Non-compliance can result in hefty fines, legal action, and damage to the company's reputation. 4. Building a positive company reputation. Demonstrates commitment to workers. A strong safety record showcases a company's dedication to its employees' well-being. Attracts and retains talent. Workers are more likely to join and stay with companies that prioritize safety. Enhances public image. A reputation for safety strengthens a company's image and builds trust with clients in the community. Key aspects of construction safety: personal protective equipment, PPE, fall protection, electrical safety, heavy equipment, safety hazard communication site, inspections and risk assessments, safety training. Quiz: what is one primary reason why construction safety is important? A. To reduce the number of workers on site. B. To improve architectural design. C. To prevent accidents and injuries. D. To increase the number of working hours. Correct answer: to prevent accidents and injuries. Common hazards and risk assessment. 1. Falls. Causes: unprotected edges, roofs, scaffolding, elevated platforms. Slippery surfaces, wet floors, spills. Improper ladder or scaffolding. Use open holes or floor opening. Prevention guardrails, safety nets, and personal fall arrest systems. Proper housekeeping and spill cleanup. Regular inspection and maintenance of ladders and scaffolding. Covering or barricading floor openings. 2. Electrical hazards. Causes exposed wires or damaged insulation. Overloaded circuits. Contact with overhead power lines. Improper grounding. Prevention: regular inspection of electrical equipment. Use of ground fault circuit interrupters, GFCIs. Maintaining safe distances from power lines. Lockout, tagout procedures for electrical work. 3. Struck by hazards. Causes: falling objects, tools, materials, moving vehicles or equipment, swinging loads from cranes or hoists. Prevention: proper storage and securing of materials, use of barriers and warning signs, safe operation of vehicles and equipment, proper rigging and signaling for lifting operations. 4. Ergonomic hazards, Causes: repetitive motions, heavy lifting, awkward postures, vibration prevention, proper lifting techniques, use of material handling equipment, job rotation and rest breaks. Ergonomic assessments. Quiz: which of the following is a common cause of falls on construction sites? A. Overheating tools. B. Poor ventilation. C. Loud noise. D. Slippery surfaces. Correct answer: slippery surfaces. Conducting risk assessments. Conducting risk assessments is a crucial part of ensuring safety in any environment, especially in industries like construction and food handling. Here's a breakdown of how to conduct effective risk assessments. 1. Identify hazards. Inspect walkthroughs. Physically inspect the workplace or process to identify potential hazards. Review past incidents. Analyze records of previous accidents, near misses, and complaints. Consult with workers. Engage employees who are directly involved in the tasks, as they often have valuable insights into potential hazards. Use checklists. Utilize standardized checklists to ensure all areas are covered. Consider all factors. Include physical, chemical, biological, ergonomic, and psychological hazards. 2. Assess the risks. Determine severity. Evaluate the potential consequences of each hazard, ranging from minor injuries to fatalities. Evaluate likelihood. Estimate the probability of each hazard occurring. Use a risk matrix. Employ a risk matrix to prioritize hazards based on their severity and likelihood. This matrix usually has severity on one axis and likelihood on the other. Where they intersect will show the level of risk. Consider existing controls. Evaluate the effectiveness of current safety measures in place. 3. Develop control measures. Elimination. If possible, remove the hazard entirely. Substitution. Replace hazardous materials or processes with safer alternatives. Engineering controls. Implement physical changes to the workplace or equipment to reduce hazards. Example: machine guards, ventilation systems. Administrative controls. Modify work procedures, schedules, or training to minimize exposure to hazards, e.g., job rotation, safety training. Personal protective equipment, PPE. Provide appropriate PPE as a last line of defense, for example, hard hats, gloves, respirators. 4. Document the assessment. Record findings. Document all identified hazards, risks, and control measures. Create an action plan. Outline specific steps to implement control measures. Assign responsibilities and set deadlines. Maintain records. Keep records of all risk assessments, inspections, and training. 5. Review and revise. Regular reviews. Conduct periodic reviews of risk assessments to ensure they remain relevant and effective. Incident reviews. Review risk assessments after any accidents or near misses to identify areas for improvement. Changes in processes. Update risk assessments whenever there are changes in equipment, processes, or materials. Legal updates. Stay up to date with changing laws and regulations. Key considerations. Involve employees. Employee participation is crucial for accurate hazard identification and effective control measures. Prioritize risks. Focus on the most significant risks first. Communicate findings. Share risk assessment findings with all relevant personnel. Continuous improvement. Risk assessment is an ongoing process, not a one-time event. Quiz. Do not evaluate the effectiveness of current safety measures in place. True or false? Correct answer: false. Personal protective equipment, PPE. Personal protective equipment, PPE, is crucial for safeguarding workers from various hazards in different industries. Here's a breakdown of common types of PPE, focusing on helmets, gloves, and safety boots. 1. Helmets, head protection. Purpose: protect the head from impact, falling objects, and electrical hazards. Types: steel toe boots, protect against impact and compression. Composite toe boots provide similar protection to steel toe boots but are lighter and non-conductive. Puncture-resistant boots protect against punctures from sharp objects. Electrical hazard boots protect against electrical shocks. Metatarsal boots provide extra protection for the top of the foot. 2. Gloves, hand protection. Purpose: protect hands from cuts, abrasions, punctures, chemicals, extreme temperatures, and electrical hazards. Types: leather gloves protect against abrasions, cuts, and heat. Rubber gloves, latex, nitrile, neoprene protect against chemicals, solvents, and biological hazards. Cut-resistant gloves protect against cuts and sharp objects. Welding gloves protect against heat, sparks, and radiation. Electrical insulating gloves protect against electrical shocks. 3. Safety boots, foot protection. Purpose: protect feet from impact, compression, punctures, slips, and electrical hazards. Types: steel toe boots protect against impact and compression. Composite toe boots provide similar protection to steel toe boots but are lighter and non-conductive. Puncture-resistant boots protect against punctures from sharp objects. Slip-resistant boots provide traction on slippery surfaces. Electrical hazard boots protect against electrical shocks. Metatarsal boots provide extra protection for the top of the foot. General PPE considerations. Proper fit. PPE must fit correctly to provide adequate protection. Regular inspection. PPE should be inspected regularly for damage or wear. Proper maintenance. PPE should be cleaned and maintained according to the manufacturer's instructions. Training. Workers should be trained on the proper use and care of PPE. Hazard assessment. The selection of PPE should be based on a thorough hazard assessment. Quiz. What type of gloves is best suited for protection against cuts and sharp objects? A. Rubber gloves. B. Leather gloves. C. Cut-resistant gloves. D. Welding gloves. Correct answer: cut-resistant gloves. Proper usage and maintenance. Proper usage and maintenance of PPE are crucial for ensuring its effectiveness and prolonging its lifespan. Here's a breakdown of key aspects. 1. Proper usage. Training. Workers must receive thorough training on how to correctly wear, use, and adjust each piece of PPE. Fit. PPE must fit properly to provide adequate protection. Ill-fitting PPE can be uncomfortable, ineffective, and even create new hazards. Correct application. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for proper use. Do not modify or alter PPE in any way, as this can compromise its effectiveness. 2. Proper maintenance. Inspection. Inspect PPE before each use for signs of damage, wear, or deterioration. Cleaning. Use appropriate cleaning agents and methods to avoid damaging the PPE. Storage. Store PPE in a clean, dry, and cool place away from direct sunlight, extreme temperatures, and chemicals. Replacement. Replace PPE when it is damaged, worn, or expired. Quiz. Ill-fitting PPE can be uncomfortable, ineffective, and even create new hazards. True or false? Correct answer: true. Safe handling of equipment and machinery. Operating heavy machinery safely. Pre-operation inspections. Checklists. Use standardized checklists to ensure all critical components are inspected. For example, brakes, tires, fluid levels, controls. Maintenance and repairs. Regular maintenance. Follow the manufacturer's recommended maintenance schedule. Emergency procedures. Emergency shutdown. Know how to quickly shut down the machinery in an emergency. Quiz. How should maintenance of heavy machinery be conducted? A. Based on the operator's preference. B. Only when there is a breakdown. C. At the end of the year. D. According to the manufacturer's recommended schedule. Correct answer: according to the manufacturer's recommended schedule. Maintenance and inspection guidelines. Maintenance and inspection guidelines are vital components of a comprehensive construction safety program. They ensure that equipment and work areas remain safe, preventing accidents and injuries. Here's a breakdown of essential guidelines. 1. Equipment maintenance and inspection. Pre-use inspections. Operators must conduct daily pre-use inspections of all equipment, for example, cleans, forklifts, power tools. Scheduled maintenance. Perform regular maintenance tasks, for example, lubrication, filter changes, adjustments, by qualified personnel. Tool and equipment storage. Store tools and equipment in designated areas to prevent damage and tripping hazards. 2. Inspection, documentation, and record keeping. Incident reports. Document all accidents, near misses, and safety incidents. Maintenance records include dates, times, descriptions of work performed, and names of personnel who performed the work. Inspection logs. Keep inspection logs readily available for review by safety personnel and regulatory agencies. Inspection checklists. Customized checklists to address specific hazards present on the construction site. 3. Site and work area inspections. Daily site inspections. Pay close attention to areas with high traffic, heavy equipment, and hazardous materials. Regular inspections of specific areas. Inspect scaffolding, ladders, and other elevated work platforms regularly. Housekeeping. Remove debris, spills, and other hazards promptly. Quiz. Why are daily site inspections important? A. To enforce overtime work. B. To schedule lunch breaks. C. To measure equipment weight. D. To identify and address hazards promptly. Correct answer. To identify and address hazards promptly. Emergency response and first aid. Emergency response and first aid are critical components of any construction safety course. Construction sites are inherently hazardous, and the potential for accidents and injuries is always present. A well-structured emergency response and first aid plan can significantly reduce the impact of these incidents. 1. Emergency response planning. Developing an emergency action plan. EAP. This plan should outline procedures for responding to various emergencies, including fires, explosions, chemical spills, falls, and medical emergencies. The EAP should include evacuation procedures and routes, designated assembly areas, contact information for emergency services, roles and responsibilities of personnel during emergencies, procedures for reporting emergencies, emergency equipment. Provide and maintain appropriate emergency equipment, such as fire extinguishers, first aid kits, and spill containment materials. Regular drills. Conduct regular emergency drills to familiarize workers with evacuation procedures and other emergency response protocols. Communication systems. Establish clear and reliable communication systems for alerting workers to emergencies. This may include alarms, radios, or mobile phones. 2. First aid training. Basic first aid and CPR. This training should cover controlling bleeding, treating burns, stabilizing fractures, performing CPR, managing other common injuries. First aid kits. Provide readily accessible first aid kits throughout the construction site. Ensure that kits are adequately stocked and that supplies are regularly replenished. Quiz. What is the purpose of having a first aid kit on site? A. To hold blueprints. B. To store spare tools. C. To treat minor injuries quickly. D. To record daily attendance. Correct answer. To treat minor injuries quickly. Worksite communication and reporting. Clear communication protocols. Ensuring that workers, supervisors, and safety personnel are on the same page regarding tasks, hazards, and emergency procedures. Regular safety briefings. Conducting daily or weekly meetings to address potential risks and updates on safety protocols. Use of communication tools, employing radios, mobile apps, or signage to provide real-time updates and alerts on site. Incident reporting system. Implementing a structured system for reporting near misses, accidents, and unsafe conditions to prevent future incidents. Quiz. Clear communication protocols ensures that workers, supervisors, and safety personnel are on the same page regarding tasks, hazards, and emergency procedures. True or false? Correct answer: true. Next is assessment and certification. After completing the course, participants would take an assessment and get a certification.